In this video, we're going to be discussing 3 ways that your business can not only survive, but actually go on to thrive in any economy. So if you're watching this for the first time and wondering who am I, my name's Azir Fatcher. People come to me when they're looking to get more customers from the internet. I am the campaign director of OnizuMedia. And if you need any help with regards to your marketing, a strategy, anything like that, then please do book some time in my diary by going to callazoo.com. I'll sit down and help you come up with strategies and ways that you can build your business for free. So if you know anybody that, well, if you like the information that I give you in this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you know anybody that would enjoy this content, then please do let them know about it. So without further ado, let's jump into the content. So the very first thing that you should do if you're looking to not just survive in any economy, but actually then go on to thrive, is go look at ways that you can start going digital. So if you're specifically, if you're a brick and mortar business, for example, if you're a property business, property management, anything along those lines where you're normally facing your customers, business to customer facing, then look at ways that you can start going online. So specifically, let's say you were doing something like you're a gym, you're a PT, or something along those lines. People have to physically get into your establishment to actually start lifting weights and doing things like that. Well, you can actually move stuff and transition to doing a lot of stuff online. So the very first thing you could do is start doing more meetings online. I've done other videos with regards to tools and stuff that you can use. There's software like Zoom is a fantastic software that allows you to do virtual conferencing. So if you're a PT, you can still talk about people's nutrition, their diets, their exercises. You can do one-on-ones, and you can actually have like Skype type of conversations where you're telling them what to do, going through exercises and doing stuff like that. If you're in the property world, then you should start looking at things like 3D tours. Now, there's a number of different options available out there, but what you can essentially do is you can go high end and you can basically get a special camera, a special kit that you can literally plant in your empty property. You can plant it in the middle of your room, press a button, it takes a 360-degree photo of the actual room that you're in, and then you move it at different strategic points through the house. You stitch all the videos together, and then people can actually take a virtual walk through the property. So that means if you don't have to physically be there, people are actually seeing what it looks like. They're getting to see the size, the space of the property, because they're getting to do that 3D virtual tour. And let's say you don't have that equipment and you're looking, maybe you're a one-man band and you've got a handful of properties that you manage. Maybe you're doing the service accommodation route, the Airbnb type of stuff. What you can do is in the corner of every room, take a good picture of the room. So you've got lots of multiple pictures of the room, and then you can stand again in the corner, take videos using like a smartphone or something like that, take multiple videos of the room. Now you're allowing someone to do a virtual tour of your property. So what tends to happen is you get people moving from one end of the country down to the other. Specifically, if you look at here in the UK, I know that my property coach actually filmed, he's in Midlands, and he filmed his property down in Cornwall because he was able to do the virtual tour that I've just explained to you. Now, if let's say you're a brick and mortar business and you're actually selling goods to people, people come into your shop and they're actually trying to look and buy stuff that way. What you can actually do is now build an e-commerce store, and there's lots of tools that help you to do this. There's WooCommerce, there's Shopify, there's a number of different platforms. You can even do it on eBay, and basically you have a storefront where you take some really good pictures of your products, and then you can reach out to your customer base. Maybe you've got their email, maybe you've got their phone number. There's other ways that you could do it as well. And again, if you need any kind of help with these kind of things, the strategy, the how do you go about doing this stuff, then just book time in my diary by going to callatazoo.com, and I'll sit down and happily help you with this. But essentially, if you're actually a business that sells stuff to people, like just think of Amazon. You set up a storefront like Amazon online. You let your existing customer database know that they can now make the purchases whilst through your online store, and they do it that way. You can have places like Hermes or Courier Force or Parcel Force or DHL. They can come to your property, collect the packages, and then go out and do it that way. You could literally do it once a day and actually get the packages out to them that way. So you don't have to shut up shop and just sit on your hands and wait for government stimulus or anything like that to kind of bail you out of the situation. You can basically let life and be a victim of life and circumstances, or you can take a stand and actually try and start doing stuff to kind of get yourself out of this situation. And because we live in a digital age, it is a fantastic time for you to actually now transition into this. Another thing that this leads on to is advertising. In the US, a lot of advertisers are stopped. So these massive companies, specifically like the government presidential elections that are going on, they've actually stopped now. They've actually kind of put a pause on it. It's slowed right down. What this means is around the world, the cost of running advertisements have actually come right down. So that means the average Joe on the street, as it were, or mum and pop shop, can now start running ads on social media platforms and at a much cheaper cost now than they used to be able to do before. So if you're not taking advantage of specifically doing video kind of ads, it doesn't have to necessarily be you if you're camera shy. It can be of your products, of your services. It could be, it could even be slides talking about what it is that you're doing, like on PowerPoint, if done correctly. It's really about the message that you're actually giving your end customer. So you really want to create a really good message to market match, so that resonates with your ideal prospect, your ideal customer, and put it in front of them right when they're ready to buy, and then they'll actually know about what it is that you offer, and they can then buy. So you're really trying to build something that makes a very good solution to the problem that your ideal prospect is having. So if you can actually start thinking about things along those lines, creating the videos, putting them out there, or running adverts on them, what you'll find is more people start becoming aware of what your products and services are, and then they can then buy into it. If you're like doing e-commerce, in fact, if you're doing any kind of business, really, this is what you can do to actually attract more people into your business and make them aware that you actually exist and that you're still trading. So that is, so the first one is make sure that you go in digital, various different ways to do that depending on your industry. The second one is about advertising, making sure that you're running adverts now more than ever. And again, if you need any kind of help with any of this kind of stuff, then just go over to callerzu.com. You can see scrolling below, book time in my diary. I'm more than happy to sit down and help you for free, come up with strategies and ways that you can actually get more customers for your business. Now, the third way to actually get customers is with retargeting. Super important, because studies show that about 98% of people go to your website and leave without taking action. Now, this could be because, let's say, they've gone to your website, they're looking at stuff, your services, your products, your About Us page, they're looking around, then something distracts them, they get pulled away for whatever reason, they don't complete the purchase, they don't give you their name, they don't give you their email, they don't buy anything, they go away, they get distracted. Without having retargeting pixels on your website, so things like the Facebook retargeting pixel, the Google retargeting pixel, if you don't have those already on your website, what it means is you're missing out on a lot of potential customers. So it's super important that you take advantage of these technologies that are readily available to you. You've got to get up on it, and it's no longer enough to be able to say, oh, I'm a technophobe, I don't know how to do this, or I'll let my grandkid do it, my daughter, my cousin, my friend do it. You need to get involved, understand what's going on. And if that's too complicated for you, don't know how to do it, again, please do reach out to me by going to callerzu.com, which you can see scrolling at the bottom right there. And I'm more than happy to sit down and help you and show you some ways that you can implement yourself for free easily into your business. So just book some time on my diary, and I'm more than happy to help you do that. So as I said, more than I think, yeah, over 90% of the people anyway, you go to a website without taking action. If you have these pixels on your site, these retargeting pixels, what it allows you to do is capture that audience and then run adverts or reach out to them later and basically stay top of mind. So you can keep letting them know about the different products that you've got, that you're still in business, that you basically stay top of mind. So when they are ready to buy, it's you that they come to. So I'm hoping you're finding these excuse me, these tips that I've given you useful. And that is, again, make sure that you go digital, whether that's having more video conferencing meetings like this. If you're specifically in the property industry, there's no need to stop right now. I am also in the property industry. I have literally filled a property today at 12 o'clock, and I've got another person moving into another room at 1 o'clock tomorrow. So I had one person move out because they were going to, they're downsizing, and I've got another person that's just reached to me through my marketing efforts and said, look, I need a place to live. So if you're in the property industry, you're doing property management, whether you do service accommodation, rent to rent, you're an HMO landlord, you're just a landlord in general with empty rooms, and it's killing people at the moment, I know. There are definitely ways that you can actually fill these kind of properties and make it so they're not vacant. Do video conferencing, do 3D tours, make your funnels, run your video ads, make sure that you've got your retargeting in place, and this will actually help you to grow your business and actually get you to then thrive moving forward. Anyway, that's it from me for now. My name's Azir Thatcher, and I will see you in the next video.